Hello and welcome to the latest dressing room debrief where Chelsea have beaten Leicester 1-0. It wasn't great, it wasn't pretty, but I suppose at the end of the day, a win's a win, and we need the 3 points to try and compete for Champions League football. Not that I think as a team, as a manager, as a squad, we're ready for Champions League football, which is pretty depressing considering we spent over £1 billion on worth of talent. It was a win. Yeah, maybe it should have been more than 1-0, but really, it's turgid. It's a turgid watch at the moment. I'm really not Maresca's biggest fan. I think that some of the comments he's saying as a manager of Chelsea Football Club is absolutely ludicrous. I think that when you come out when we're, up the top of the table saying that we shouldn't be, we're not going to compete for the title. A, you're at Chelsea. Chelsea should be competing for titles. B, when you're saying stuff about your youngsters like Tyreek George, he's been playing really well recently, deserves actually a start, I think, in the team and a run of games. And he's saying that he's not ready. What does that do for players' confidence? And then yes, like yesterday, and he's done this several times now by the keeper or Enzo, and he's like, if he doesn't pass it backwards or if he doesn't play long ball at the right time, I'll take him off. And literally just stubborn. I don't know if he's the only one that sees it. This thing of, oh, we're controlling games. Yeah, we're controlling games, but like at Brighton, you have about 62% possession and you're 3-1 down. Literally we've got one shot and that was off target. And it was similar yesterday. It's just so slow. It's like walking football. It's sideways and there's no real penetration. And it's just every time I go and watch Chelsea at the moment, it's a tough watch. It's like you want to go and take a nap straight after. Um, and that's part of the issue. I know Stamford Bridge had an issue with atmosphere for a while now, but it doesn't help when you go turn up and you watch that every week. I don't mind if we're, not necessarily winning, but just the football that you're watching is just so bad. It's so boring. And before that Everton game, we were actually really good to watch. We might concede, but we'd definitely score goals and create chances. Now it's just passing sideways and backwards. And then you get down the byline with the wingers, and instead of running at people and taking people on, they turn back and pass it back. And that's part of the reason I think. I don't think the crowd can get on board with it because there's nothing to get them going. The crowd are very fickle and they often respond to what they're seeing out on the pitch. And when it's slow and lethargic and sideways and not penetrating the defence of the other team or anything like that, they react to that. And that's what happens at Stamford Bridge at the moment. When whilst we're trying to look to improve the atmosphere at Stamford Bridge, we're regressing really because the style of football it's just boring. Um, I thought Moises Caicedo and Marc Cucurella again both outstanding. Really players for the season because Cole Palmer's gone off the boil, and them two have just been fantastic all year. Cucurella especially just doesn't stop working, nor does Caicedo. And yeah, they're just a pleasure to watch at the moment. Enzo Fernandez, I think, as well in the middle. He's really coming into his own. He's playing well, getting assists like he did with Cucurella's yesterday. And I just think that at the moment, I'm a bit worried going into. We've got some tough games at the end of the season. We got all the big dogs basically, bar Man City and Man City. By the way, everyone seems to beat them except Chelsea this year. That shows you how bad we are. And I can't really read into too much of a Conference League win and two wins against the bottom of the table. So it's going to be interesting. We got Arsenal after Copenhagen on Thursday. And then towards the end of the season, we've also got Forest away, Liverpool at home, Manchester United at home, Newcastle away. So yeah, it's going to be a tough ending to the season. A bit on Cole Palmer. I think that it doesn't help when again comments from Maresca is saying almost sounds like he wants a robotic team, which as you see with Jack Grealish at Man City, it sort of puts shackles on your creative players, which Cole Palmer is. He needs to be creative. He needs to be able to do what he wants to do, like Pochettino let him do last season, and he thrived. I think that once he gets his confidence back, though, he'll be the player that we saw before Christmas. And I think he's just going through a patch. Statistically, he's probably going to miss a penalty at some point because he hadn't missed one. So yeah, I'm not too worried about Cole. I think he'll bounce back. But I am worried about the way we're playing at the moment. And if we're going to get go another season back Champions League football, because it looks likely with the fixtures we've got left. Um, but yeah, hopefully, we don't get battered at Arsenal. And we do the job at home against Copenhagen on Thursday.